is there any movies, any games that you would like to see turn into movies, and any games you absolutely do not ever want to see turn into a movie format?
Oh man, I don't know. You go first.
Oh man, I'm the one asking questions. No, I'm just kidding. Um, man, that's tough. I think a movie that I would like to see turn into a movie would be, um, I think Portal has has I think if it's done well, I think it could be really really good.
Yeah,
I mean, the game itself is not even that long. Like, how long did it take you to beat Portal One? Like 4 hours,
something
maybe.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a short game, but it's like amazing. And I feel like if they were able to condense that into a 2 hour long movie, I think it could be a really awesome movie. Another game that I think would be cool to see as a movie would be it's a movie. It's a game we've talked about before. It's Detroit Become Human.
Ah, yeah.
And
There
we've seen this before. I mean,
TV show.
huh?
There's a TV show um that pretty much is the same thing. Oh my gosh.
Well,
Um
there's iRobot, which is in a sense almost the same thing. Um, in artificial intelligence with Haley Joel Osment. That is also, it's technically the same story. It's just old and um, it's a slightly different take on the type of story. But I think it would be really interesting to see the same storyline evolve into a movie.
there's it's called Humans. It's on Amazon Prime. It's a TV show.
Oh.
Cuz and it's weird because we were watching the TV show at the same time as playing Detroit. And in Detroit they call them synths, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the TV show they call them synths as well.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
maybe it's already made
It
then.
doesn't really, I don't know. We didn't finish the show, but I don't know if it really explored some of the same themes.
Like the philosophical.
Yeah, the girl from Eternals, isn't it?
Which
Gemma
one?
Chan,
The ASL girl.
the Asian girl,
Okay.
the Asian
I know.
woman.
I know.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
yeah, she's in that show.
And let's see, video games that I would not like to see turn into movies. Like, absolutely no. Man, that's hard because I feel like usually we want to see the stories,
Yeah,
but there's just so much disappointment, or there was a lot of disappointment back in the day. I guess I don't know if that's changing now. Hmm, it's a hard one.
I think for me, movie game of a movie I'd like to see. Um, Maybe a TV show. Even though I've never played the game, I would like to explore the world, which is Horizon Dawn. I like the
Is that an
concept.
MMO?
No, it's open world, but it's not an MMO. The new one just came out like recently, like this week, I think.
It sound like the name sounds familiar, but I don't think I've
It's
explored it.
the girl with the bow and arrow, post-apocalyptic, where instead of you have animals, it's robots that you hunt. I'm sure you've
Hmm.
seen it. There's like a bunch of ads about it.
I'm sure I've seen it. I just can't think of it right now. But now that you mention that, I don't think I would like to see Skyrim turn into a TV show or movie. I think Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls series should remain purely video games.
Mm.
And I mean, not to say anything bad about The Witcher, but
Oh
watching
yeah.
The Witcher season 2, it just feels like an episode. Each episode is just a quest. It's just a side quest. It just felt kind of weird, and I like Henry Cavill. I like the show. The game's better, and
We haven't played the game yet. I bought it.
You haven't?
Yeah. I bought
Oh,
it, but
like
we haven't played it yet.
oh yeah,
Just
The
no
Witcher's
time.
fun. It's a really fun game.
You beat it? Right?
Uh, hmm
Did you
But
play 1 and 2? I heard
say
you
what?
had 1 and 2. Witcher 1 and 2.
I only have three.
Okay. I was debating because I was like, do you need to play 1 and 2 to play 3? But then
Um,
people are saying 1 and 2 is he has amnesia, so kind of doesn't follow the story. Well, you discover the story through his amnesia, which kind of is weird, but 3 is probably the way to go, is what I heard.
yeah, I like that. I mean, I get to understand part of what was happening before with the third one, but um, yeah, I think that's again Skyrim. I think it's a game that should remain a game.
I think, ooh, Call of Duty should never be a movie. Oh my gosh. Or Battlefield for that matter. Oh man, that'd be
Ye-
horrible. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. They would make a lot of money. There'd be
they
so many
would.
kids to watch that
They
movie.
would, but um, but do you think it would come out kind of like Battleship?
Oh yeah. See,
Did you ever watch Battleship?
that
I
was
mean,
a
it's not based on a
pretty
video
good
game, but
movie.
it's based off a game.
I liked it because of
I
the battleship scenes.
it was it's a type of like I put it in the same case as Fast and Furious. They're fun, entertaining movies, but they're not like good movies, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I enjoy watching it, and if somebody's playing it, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's a fun movie, I'll watch it,
Yeah.
whatever. But it's not a movie that I would hold, on a pedestal.
Do you
Uh,
remember the part where they try to make it like the board game?
yeah, I do. Because they're like blind, right? There's like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
something, and yeah, I do remember that. Oh man,
I mean, it was cool.
yeah.
Cheesy, but cool.
Was it Dennis Quaid in that movie?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but yeah. See, I think when it comes to making the movies into the video games into movies, I think one, you either need to make it like accurate, like follow the lore accurately. Doesn't matter if it's not the same story or anything like that, but if you can immerse the movie and the story of the movie into the world of the game, I think that's a good thing. Kind of
Yeah.
like with Detective Pikachu, I feel like, yeah, I felt like I was in the Pokemon world. Um, or if you just make it a fun, entertaining movie like Battleship,
Yeah.
where like it doesn't really matter. All you need to do is have that what is it called? Suspension of disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
Where you just accept it just for what it is, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you have those two things at least, I think you have a fairly good movie in your hands. But
Well,
once you
just
start
watch out.
separating from that,
They might make a Candyman movie or a Candyland movie.
like the Emoji Movie.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Emoji
Video
Movie
games
did well,
is next. Board games is next. Just watch. Gonna make a Monopoly movie.
right? Yeah, I could see that happening,
The
actually.
game of life.
Yeah, I can see that happening
Mousetrap. Oh man.
too. Operation Room. Or Operation, I guess. That would be a funny movie, actually.
Oh
If they
my
made a
goodness.
comedy off that.
You'd watch
that-
it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think people need to remember that movies and games are separate for a reason. Movies has its place. It needs to entertain the average viewer. And games need to be games, You don't
Mhm.
want it's weird because I remember seeing there's a fan movie of Uncharted with Nathan Fillion in it.
I've seen a clip from it.
And there's a sequence where he's shooting and the camera zooms. It does this weird zoom to like emulate the game, like a third person shooter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird. it's weird because it's like I'm watching a video game movie. Like it takes me out because it makes me aware that I'm watching a video game movie.
Mm.
Just like Doom. Do you remember Doom?
I do.
The ending of Doom?
Uh,
Where it's like 5 minutes of first person shooter.
oh yeah! Oh my god! I do remember that.
Oh my gosh. Like
Yeah.
it was great to see it on screen, like an actual first person. I mean, you have Hardcore Henry, but you have it like for 5 minutes, but then it's just like after a minute or so, you're just like, this is really cheesy.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. Oh my gosh. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. Don't show your butt, cat. Hey.
Like the one thing that sticks out to me is the part where he's shooting like the giant monster right on the top of the staircase, and then burns it by shooting a barrel or something, and then turns to the left, and there's this zombie that just like scowls at the screen, just and then he shoots his head off. Like, oh man,
I
So
can
cheesy.
barely remember it. Like, barely. Because it's been a long time.
Yeah.
And as an old man, my memory sucks.
I just recently saw it, so that's why it's fresh. But
You know,
man.
thinking about that, I feel like Metroid Prime. Is that the right name?
Metroid.
Yeah, I think that could be a good movie. Or Dead Space.
Dead Space. Yeah.
Dead Space would be good. It would be very like Alien, right? Sort of. Maybe a little bit more action.
Yeah. That's a weird thing because games borrow things from movies. So then if you make a movie about the game, then you're just watching a generic.
Like a remake of the movie.
Yeah. And that's what Uncharted kind of is. You're just watching a generic Indiana Jones, a generic treasure
Yeah,
hunting movie,
I guess that makes
you
a
know,
lot of sense.
with an Uncharted skin on top, which I'm fine with. It was
You
great.
know what I just remembered too?
Huh.
There is a movie with Nicolas Cage.
National Treasure.
No.
Oh.
It's
Death
it's
Rider?
a five. Huh?
It's Ghost Rider?
No, not Ghost Rider. It's like it's like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh. I heard about that one.
Willy's Wonderland came out last year.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a slasher movie.
Yeah.
It's meant to be funny. Like, it's a horror comedy. And if you see it in any other way, you're not gonna like it. It's really bizarre, but I actually really, really love this movie because it takes itself so not seriously, and it does at the same time. Like, it knows what it is, really.
Yeah.
Like, it knows that it's making fun of like the genre and the video game to an extent. But it's a really fun and entertaining movie, and I loved it. Like, if they had slapped the name Five Nights at Freddy's, it could have been a really like popular movie. But I guess they didn't have the rights or anything like that. And anyway, yeah, I watched it on YouTube last year, and I really liked it.
Interesting.
I'm
Yeah, I
happy I
remember
watched
seeing
it
that, and I was
at
like-
least once.
Like, it's a Five Nights at Freddy's movie without the
Mhm.
name.
And it's one of those movies where it's just like suspension of disbelief. Like, you just gotta let it be. But it was really good.
Just like Human Centipede.
Gross.
And on that note,
On a Human Centipede note, we've reached the end of this episode. Thanks everybody for joining us today on this episode of Nerd Cassette, where we talk about video games that turn into movies. Do you have a favorite movie based on a video game? Or is there any movies, I guess, video games you'd like to see in the form of a movie or a TV show? Let us know. Let us know in the comment section below.
or give us
We
a
do have
ranking of your movies.
Yeah. We do have an Instagram now. Go ahead and follow us. I'll put the little thing somewhere around here. We'll post, I don't know, stuff, updates and whatnot. So
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for joining us, guys.